The more researchers studied influence, the more the patterns repeated. Across cultures, across industries, across entirely different situations, the same triggers kept appearing. One pattern involved authority. In hospitals, researchers noticed something unexpected. Nurses occasionally received phone calls instructing them to administer medication to patients. The instructions sometimes violated hospital protocol, yet many nurses still prepared to follow them. Why? Because the instructions appeared to come from a doctor. Authority had overridden hesitation. Another pattern appeared in something much more subtle: liking. Cialdini describes a fundraising study conducted during the American Cancer Society's door-to-door campaigns. When strangers approached households, donations were modest. But when the same request came from neighbors, people who lived nearby, the donation rate more than doubled. The request hadn't changed. The cause hadn't changed. Only the relationship had. Then researchers noticed something even stranger: scarcity. In one study, participants were asked to rate the value of cookies placed in a jar. When the jar contained 10 cookies, ratings were moderate. But when the jar contained only 2 cookies, participants rated them as significantly more valuable. Nothing about the cookies had changed, only their availability. Scarcity transformed perception itself. And when researchers stepped back and looked at all of these findings together, they noticed something unsettling. Human decision-making was not random. It followed recognizable psychological shortcuts that could be triggered deliberately. Which leads to a difficult question. If human behavior follows predictable patterns, and those patterns are widely understood, who is designing the environments that trigger them? Because once you begin looking for these signals, you start noticing them everywhere. The limited stock warning, the expert endorsement, the product everyone else is buying. Individually, they seem harmless, but together they form a system, and systems are rarely accidental. So the real mystery is not whether influence exists. The evidence is clear. The real mystery is something else. How often has it shaped your choices without you noticing?